All right, and we are back here at Phillips Field Line Stadium after the start of the second half as Jessieville is going to start this ball off, or already has started this ball off on offense as we are still dealing with technical difficulties. But right now, 1st and 10 for Jessieville. Already ran down about a minute and a half of this second half, excuse me. Hare's going to take the snap, hand it off to Matthew Huff. And he is going to barrel forward for a gain of about 6 as he has been very, very impactful on this Jessieville offense or for this Jessieville offense in the first half so far as he put up well over 100 yards on the ground, put a couple scores on the ground or in the end zone, and has got Jessieville on top with a tremendous lead right now, 36-0 on top of Danville. But we can't just brag on the Jessieville offense because the defense has been able to hold the Little Johns scoreless so far as they've been able to do their job very, very well. So right now, let's get back to the offense as Hare is looking at a second and 1 as he's got Huff in the backfield. He's going to take the snap, hand it off to Huff as he's going to pick the first down up when he picks up about 3 or 4 there. So right now, Jessieville with a new set of downs, 1st and 10, ball on the 49-yard line. Jessieville is in control of this ball game with both hands as they are on top here, 36-0 to secure a home playoff spot. Hare takes the snap, little option look. He's going to pitch it inside to Benson. Benson's going to take it and run about 3 or 4 tough yards with it.
Little shovel pass there.
Yeah, that was a little option look. He had Huff on the outside and just kind of shovel passed it back inside and up into Benson. Second and 4. This clock's just going to keep rolling here. Ball on the 44-yard line.
Yeah, this Mercy Rules is going to keep on rolling no matter what, so they're just going to take their time.
Yeah, Jessieville has done a very good job of moving this football down the field on the ground so far here tonight. You haven't seen them throw it very much as they hand it off again to Huff, and that's exactly why they've kept running it, because he's been able to do that right there as he picks up 15, 20, and is finally slung out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. They're going to mark him at the 15. Huge run there by Matthew Huff once again as he just takes that ball inside, finds a hole, and just keeps moving his feet. So 1st and 10, Jessieville. Ball on the 15-yard line, 7:30 left to play in the third. 2 receivers at the top. You've got Daly up at the top, B.J. Holloway at the bottom of your screen, Huff in the backfield. Going to hand it off to Huff. Huff still moves his feet to the 10, the 5, tries to stretch it out, goes down awkwardly, and they're going to mark him down at the 1. Great job there as he was stopped at the line of scrimmage for about 2, 3, 4 steps. Just kind of stayed with his face mask on his blockers, really, back of his shoulder pads, kept his feet moving and popped out, and then picked up 10, 15 yards. Great job right there, just keeping the feet moving by Matthew Huff, and that's just what he's done all night here for Jessieville. And that's a player of the week right there.
Yeah, and it's good to see that hustle this late in the game, even though they're winning 36, to 0. He's still giving it his all.
So 1st and goal, ball on the 1. Direct snap to Benson. Benson's going to take it across the goal line for another Jessieville touchdown.
I think that's the 3rd time we've seen that play.
Yeah, once they get down in that goal area, that goal line area, they definitely bring in Benson there to try and get those tough yards, which I think is a smart job. I mean, if you've got the guy that, feels comfortable playing in the backfield like that and can take the snaps and has got the size and, really the strength to take the hits and save it on your quarterback, you're always going to want to do that. But Hare comes in to hold the kick or hold the extra point for Quinones to try to increase their already dominant lead here late in the third. As a good snap, good hold. Kick is up and good for Quinones to increase this lead here for Jessieville, 43-0. So a cold night here in Jessieville, as these fans are probably glad that there is already a mercy rule in effect here, as this clock's just going to roll, hopefully get these folks home as soon as possible and into some heat.
I bet Huff's got at least 150 yards rushing tonight.
Yeah, he definitely, I bet he had probably over 100 yards in the first half alone. I mean, he's done a great job on the ground, just been consistent, played his part. You know, they've been a balanced offense, and they've really been patient because not all of those handoffs have worked out. They've been stopped at the line of scrimmage. They've been stopped short for, you know, gains of 2 or 3, but they've stayed with the run game. They've stayed consistent, stayed patient, and you've seen it work out for them. And that's why they've got a 43-point lead right now in the third quarter.
You got Benson with 3 touchdowns. And then you got Hare executing his plays real well. You know,
Yeah,
the check downs.
that's exactly right. And you know, Hare, like you said, he's got 3 touchdowns, but those are on the Benson, those are on the ground. You know, he's also got a couple of catches here tonight. One for about a 40-yard reception. But here you see Danville trying to do something. Here is the number 4 of, I believe that's Alex Hilton there for Danville on the return, trying to bring that ball out as he kind of gets up slow. He's going to limp off to the sidelines, but
about a 30-yard return.
Yeah, not a bad return as they're trying to do anything that they can to get something rolling here. But right now, this is just, you know, as this is probably going to be the last game of your season here for Danville. You know, Jessieville has already secured a playoff spot. Right now, if you're Jessieville, you're just playing for a home game in the playoffs, which is a big benefit. Danville looks to throw, finally a completion for a first down. But as we were saying, you know, Jessieville's already secured that home, that playoff spot. Danville hasn't. You know, if they were able to pull this win off here tonight, they're moving on to the playoffs. But right now, as you're down 43 points, it looks like this is going to be the last game of your season for you seniors. This is, you know, last game of football you're going to play. So right now I'm wanting to go out tough. I don't want to go out knowing, you know, I had my head between my legs and I kind of quit. So one thing you want to do is definitely keep moving, keep this drive alive, and try to get some points on the board and finish this game out strong. And, you know, win or lose, try to enjoy the last game that you have. So, but right there, Jessieville, good job getting in the backfield, but they aren't going to be able to bring him down. He's going to cross the line of scrimmage and get up the field for a gain of about 6 on the play, and that was the quarterback, number 2, Lawson Wilkins, on the carry. You've seen him do that several times here tonight. Keep that football and, you know, take the direct snap, move it forward for a gain of about 7 or 8, put them in a good situation. So right now, 2nd and 6 for Danville. 2 minutes left to play in the third quarter. Wilkins looks to throw, gets the ball out.
Got a man.
Downfield, and a very catchable ball, but just right through the arms of his receiver there. And I think that was the number 14 of Devin Mitchell on the drop. And that was a great ball.
Yeah, that was good coverage by number 34, Brady Smith, and number 84, Sutton Carpenter.
Yeah, that was definitely good defense, but, you know, that was a catchable ball. If you're throwing that ball into double coverage right there, there's not a better spot you want to put it, as that was right over the shoulder and into the arms of Mitchell, but he wasn't able to bring it in. So 3rd down here, looking to throw once again, looks to go to the same pass, but overthrows him this time. And that was Salman Gilkey on the attempt there for a receiver for Danville, but that is going to just be overthrown and incomplete. So 4th and 6.
You know, it's interesting because we haven't seen much of a throw game from Danville, but obviously number 2, Wilkins, I mean, he has a little bit of an arm, as you see there. It's kind of making me wonder why they haven't been passing earlier in the game.
Yeah, they've been able to kind of throw it a little bit better underneath, or right there, good run there by Wilkins to maybe pick up a first. I think he's going to be about a yard short. But like you were saying, he's definitely got an arm right there. It doesn't look like he's got that arm dialed in necessarily yet. That's a young guy. That's a 10th grade quarterback out there right now. So he's got a young arm. He's, kind of throwing the ball here and there. As you see him throw the ball right on the money one play, and then he goes back to the exact same play the next down and overthrows him by about 5 yards. So he's got to be more consistent and learn how to, dial that arm in a little bit more. But with Wilkins only being a 10th grader, that's definitely going to be a good quarterback and a good weapon in the future for Danville. He looks to throw one more time. Ball's up.
Ooh.
Hand on it. A little bit of contact there, and that ball's going to hit the turf. No flags, and that is going to bring us to the end of the third quarter.
I was looking for a pass interference call. He could have caught that ball, but the Jessieville defender knocked him over.
Yeah, that's, Jordan, that's the second no pass interference call that has gone in favor for Jessieville that's been on that sidelines. Quinones earlier in the first half, early in the first quarter, they were trying to run a little go down the sidelines, and Quinones just held him up all day long, and the ball hit the turf, but would have been a catchable ball if Quinones hadn't have been there. But, there was a no call on it. Then you see right there, obvious pass interference, but a no call. So I guess that those are, breaks for this Jessieville defense. But if you're Danville, those are plays, those are yards or plays that could possibly add up. So but I'm more impressed with the number 79 for Danville. Look at that kid. I mean, that's a big guy for Danville.
He's got to be at least 6'4".
Josh Street, and he's an 11th grader. Wow. So that guy's still got a year left in high school, still another year of growing. I mean, he looks like he could, be a possible play for Henderson out there. That's
like
a big
he could
guy.
Block for 2 people.
Yeah, he's a big guy. Ooh, and that ball was up, catchable, and just not able to bring that one in as Wilkins looked for his intended receiver.
Yeah, and if he caught that ball, all he had to do is lose one man. That was a touchdown.
Yep, they had one-on-one right there, and Hilton on the receiver on the play. That was right above his head, tried to get a hand on it, had a little bit of one on it, but just couldn't bring it in. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 10 for Danville as we are here in the fourth quarter. Wilkins looks to throw once again, caught, but he is going to be hit immediately and drove back to the line of scrimmage before the whistle was even blown. But they're going to call forward progress and give him about 5 on the reception. And that was number 4 of Hilton again on that play as he finally caught that football and tried to make something happen. But as soon as he came out of that curl route, he caught the ball and was met by a Jessieville defender. So they're setting up 4th and 6. Fourth and 6, ball on the 30. Looks to throw once again, caught, and Amanda beat. Touchdown Danville as they finally get on this scoreboard late in this ball game. And that was a good pass there.
Man, that was just a simple, crossing pattern to the middle. That was a good execution play right there.
Yeah, that's something that, is an easy, gain right there. So, little too late, but right there, that's something you definitely go to in the first quarter, and maybe that's something that you go back to that can possibly keep this game a ball game. But right now, it's a little too late for Danville as that ball was on the ground before he kicked it, and it's going to squeeze through the uprights and good to finally put Danville on this scoreboard. But that score is going to do very little in a big hole that they are in as they are still down 43-7 as this clock is going to continue to roll here in the fourth quarter. 9:40 and counting as this Jessieville kickoff return team comes out here to try to catch this football and wrap this game up here. So on to return for Jessieville. You've got the number 12 of Landon Daly back deep to return, along with the number 5 of B.J. Holloway. Daly is in for the injured Charlie Davis. He was a Jessieville receiver, made a big impact at the beginning of this season with Carson Harris. He caught several good passes and able to rack up several yards and several receiving yards at the beginning of this season. But last home game, we were here. We were injured, Davis was injured on the play, injured in the game as he broke a couple bones in his hand and had to undergo surgery, so that's ended his season. But this ball is going to be returned by Daly. Daly's going to bring it out, crosses the 30, still on his feet, crosses midfield, still on his feet as he's going to take this one, the 30, the 20, the 10, the 5. Daly, Landon Daly for the touchdown. He picked that one up. He scooped it and scored, baby. Number 12, Landon Daly on the 70-yard return for Jessieville. Momentum, that is all that is right there, is just adding to the momentum that Jessieville has already got as this train is rolling downhill right now as they are on top 49-7 before the extra point is kicked. Not sure what they're planning to do here as they're subbing in a few linemen. Coach Burke isn't happy with it as looks like we've got a substitution issue, but Coach Burke's going to call a timeout just to kind of get the right guys in. They had a couple of linemen there for Jessieville running in late, and then one running back out, and Coach Burke looked a little frustrated. Didn't have the right personnel in, so he went ahead and blew a timeout. Not sure what they're going to try and attempt to do here.
If they were trying to kick a field goal or go for two, but
yeah,
you're saying the right people weren't out there.
So with that timeout, that's what's going to stop the clock for the first time here in the second half. And it is going to be stopped dead at 7 minutes and 25 seconds left to play in this ball game, as Jessieville comes on to attempt what looks like is going to be a 2-point conversion after the touchdown return by Daly. So clock's rolling. The number 8, clock is rolling. Going to be brought down. I'm not sure who that was. That's the number 8, I believe, but not on our roster, I don't think. Well, that's the number 8 of Peyton Leverett for Jessieville coming in. That's a sophomore, as they've finally moved up after their junior high season has ended, and they've moved up to senior high. So that's a young guy coming in here trying to get a little bit of game time with the big guys and unable to cross the goal line to successfully achieve that 2-point conversion. So right now Jessieville's still going to hold strong 49-7 as this mercy ruled clock is going to continue to roll. 6:36 and counting in the fourth quarter. And Jessieville, I'm happy to say it. It's a cold one here tonight, but these fans here in the stands are still holding strong. They're bundled up, and they want a, huge lead right now, but they aren't giving up on their Jessieville Lions. They're going to stick this one out and watch them come away with this win. But this is going to secure the first playoff home game at Jessieville in over 5 years. So that is definitely a huge accomplishment for this football team, as they knew that they had a challenge to face out here. They knew that they had a football team that wanted to come out, had a lot to lose. They were coming out here to continue their season. If they came away with a win, their season would continue, but Danville unable to really get anything going in this ball game, and Jessieville just came to play. at senior night, you know, and they just have done what they had to do on both sides of the football and on special teams, truthfully, as they were able to recover an onside kick, and then they were able to return a kickoff return. So they have done everything that they had to do on every side of the ball, and for that, they're up 49-7. So,
yeah, just to add to that, you know, we haven't seen the turnovers like we have in the past.
yep, that is exactly right. You know, we saw one right there, big reception for Danville as they're crossing the midfield, the 20, the 10, the 5, touchdown. And, man, that's 2 scores back-to-back for Danville late in this game, and they should have probably gone with their passing game a little bit sooner here, as that's kind of a little sore there that's stinging for Danville, is you're able to kind of put some points on the board, and you're doing it on Jessieville's first team D, it looks like. So,
well, they just threw it out there in the flats. You know, you got that one-on-one. You've got to make that open field tackle. Unfortunately, they didn't.
yeah, there was one man that had an opportunity of bringing him down there on the sidelines, but wasn't able to wrap him up. And for that, he was able to march at about 70 down the sidelines and to increase. And that extra point was a bad kick as it went right into the back of their offensive line, but that's not going to hurt too much for Danville as they are still down tremendously here, 49-13, but always good. Like I mentioned earlier in the start of the fourth, you want to finish this game out, win or loss. You want to finish the game out strong, finish it out, you know, playing hard, not giving up. So that's exactly what you see out of this Danville offense. But it looks like Jessieville's probably going to get one more possession here to finish this and wrap this ball game up, as Jessieville has secured their spot in the playoffs. They are going to play here at home at least one game during the playoffs, so that's going to be tremendous. I expect this Jessieville Stadium to be packed, and I'm excited. I'm ready for it. So little.
I guess that's a fake onside kick.
Yeah.
There, huh?
Not sure what that was either, but Danville, probably I wouldn't run it past them. They may try an onside kick this one, but they won't. They're going to kick it deep to Daly. Daly just returned one for a touchdown. Let's see if he can do it again. He hits the hole with a full head of steam, breaks a tackle. One man to beat down the sideline once again, still on his feet, and he's going to take 2 kickoff returns back-to-back for touchdowns. Landon Daly. And that's how you return a kickoff.
That one was about 85 to 90 yards.
That was great, and that one was a little bit tougher. That one before it, he caught it on the sidelines and just beat everybody. That one, he found the hole, hit the hole with some aggression, made a couple guys miss, and just used the speed down the sidelines. Ultimately, guy dived at him but just stayed on his feet and able to return another one for a touchdown. So Jessieville's not giving up either. Jessieville is still rolling here. As we see this second team, this sophomore team is going to come on for the 2-point conversion. Try and give these guys a little bit of time, but bad snap. It's going to be ripped down and stopped in the backfield, and that is not a good look for Jessieville as Peyton Leverett was wrapped up. He took the snap but not able to bring it in as that one went to the ground, and as soon as he picked it up off the turf, he was met by a Danville defender. So, you know, not too risky of a play right there for Jessieville with the lead that you've got, but, you know, I see why you do it. You're trying to get these young guys a little bit of game time, trying to give them a little bit of experience here this year, especially when you've got the lead like you do. So,
if you had one choice for